10E, and I'm so glad to share a warm word of welcome as we're celebrating World Computer Security Day 2020. On behalf of the Computer Department, I am more than pleased to welcome President, School Management Committee, Dr. Said Hassan Jami, and the esteemed members of the SMC Committee, Principal Sir, Assistant Vice Principal Ma'am, teachers, guests for this function, and my dear friends. We're 8 months into this new normal. Let's wear a smile and take the challenges and struggles of this pandemic time as just another opportunity to grow and flourish. We're gathered here to talk about protection, but not with sanitizers and hand washes, but protection of data, networks, programs, and our personal information. Many of us read and hear about all this, but still we fall a prey sometimes to cyber attacks. I'm sure that the awareness we are looking forward from today's program will be fruitful for the entire audience. Without much delay, let's get lucky and mark a start to this event. Now, we would like to invite respected Chairman, IT Subcommittee, Dr. Mohammed Yusuf, currently working as Assistant Professor in the Department of Management Information Systems of Doha University. Please enlighten us with your valued words, sir.
It's indeed a crucial year for the Department of Computer Science, which has really played a remarkable role in ensuring the school is transformed from traditional learning to digital learning. I would like to thank the President of the SMC and the Principal of the school for their continuous support in this venture. I would like to congratulate the entire team of ISS in order to make this dream a reality. Also, I would like to place in record my special thanks to the entire IT team, which includes Mr. Shivitlal, Mrs. Anita Rose, Mr. Nandakumar, Mr. Javed, Mrs. Purnima, Mr. Rohan, and Mr. Sriji for their tireless efforts in ensuring that the school could continuously run online classes and online events. This year, this program becomes very important. Every year, the program is conducted by the Department of Computer Science. Since the breakdown of the COVID-19, the whole world has transformed to online and online mode. Educational institutions have adapted online education, whereas the business organizations have adapted online business model. So most of the people are online, and many people are of the opinion, I am online in my computer, in my home, and no one ever can intrude into my computer, which is totally wrong. The cyber attack that can happen with your device may cause more fatal loss than a physical attack that may happen in a real-time world. So it is very, very important and crucial for us to maintain some tips in order to see that we are away from the cyber threats that is looming around this virtual world. Number one, don't be of the opinion, I am not a target of the hacker. Because some people are of the opinion, I am not a big businessman, I am not a big business magnate. Why are they going to hack my computer? Anybody's device can be hacked. Please remember this one. Number two, please update your software, which includes operating system, browsers, and plugins. Always update them. You can actually activate the automatic update with these softwares so that your computer is protected, or even, computer means even your mobile device. The third one is follow a very good password management practice. Frequently change your passwords. Use a very good combination of characters in your passwords and never reveal your passwords to anyone at any cost. Number 4, install antivirus program and also anti-malware program. Most of the hacking happens because of the absence of these programs. People think, why I should buy these programs for money? Please do not think too much on this. It's always good to invest money on your security and your confidentiality of the data. Number 5, never leave your computer unattended. Some of the people leave the mail open, keep the computer open and just move away. This is not a good practice. Always keep your computer logged off and always log out and sign out of all the applications when you don't need it. Number 6, back up your data. This is very, very important. Whenever your computer is going to face a loss of data, then you can actually recover the computer using the backup data. Number 7, never click any website without any prior knowledge. If you don't have trust of a particular website, do not click on it. Only use trusted websites, because some of the websites can be a tool to attract you and to do hacking. The last one of the important tip I would like to tell you is that phishing. Phishing is actually very commonly used for internet fraud. Some suspicious calls can come or emails can come to you. Some people respond to it thinking that it's a real genuine mail, and you will lose your money or your data. So please be careful of this. And one more important thing I would like to tell you is that about the mobile phone. People use mobile apps nowadays and they think that mobile phones does not need the same protection as that of a computer. Your mobile device and your computer does not make any difference. So try to give the same protection which you give to your computer to your mobile devices, which is very important. Whenever you have a data which is really very, very important, keep it in an external storage device and keep it encrypted. This is another important tip that you have to follow. In addition to that, I would like to tell the parents, please have a monitor of the internet activity of your children. It is very important, and you can always invoke the parental control feature which is available in most of the internet security suites. And moreover, and dear students, due to the new normal emerging up, it is very important for you to see that this is IT security can be taken up as a career, and you can work on ethically to see that the humans and the humanity gets benefit by your knowledge. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the program.
That was undeniably a quality talk. I'm Amrita from Tenny, and it's an honor to share the fame with all of you. Someone has rightly said, the creator has all the rights to protect his or her intellectual property. Now we have Miss Saujanya here to talk about copyright and illegal downloading. Let's hear from her.
When was the last time you downloaded a movie through torrent? Well, did you know that's illegal and you can actually be caught for it? Torrenting comes under illegal downloading. It is the most commonly done cybercrime. Pretty much everyone has done it and are still doing it. Illegal downloading is nothing but obtaining files from the internet which is being protected by copyright. Exactly, not everyone is nobody. Why is downloading without paying illegal? From the on-screen artist to the off-screen artist, everyone involved in the media gets benefited from the sale of the product. Therefore, the product is protected by a law which restricts anybody from copying, reproducing or reselling it without their permit, and downloading these files is considered a crime. Forward, we have some popular downloading websites. Legal ones are iTunes, Amazon, Hotstar, YouTube, Netflix, eMusic, etc. The illegal ones are BitTorrent, uTorrent, LimeWire, Kazaa, PizzaTorrent, Music. Well, we have been torrenting, but we really don't know how the mechanism behind it works. So let's see that. Firstly, there are two kinds of computers, servers and the clients. Servers are nothing but the big powerful machines which stores all the data and the information, while clients are the laptops and the computers that we have in our homes and offices that downloads data from the server. Moving forward, what is peer-to-peer communication? When there is a central computer and every other computer connected with it, it can interact with each other online and share information directly. This is called as peer-to-peer communication. First of all, what is a protocol? Protocol is a set of rules that different computer system agrees to use. So torrent is a protocol which works based on the peer-to-peer communication to share large files. Now we have the seeders and the leechers. Seeders are those computers which uploads the file, and leechers are those which downloads these files. Now takes place is seeding. It plays a significant role in torrenting. When people have finished downloading a file, they are encouraged to stay online so that they can upload for others, and this is named as seeding. So summarizing the process, the client downloads a file through a torrent client. Client gets one of the pieces and the rest are sent by the other seeding computers through peer-to-peer. While this is going on, every computer downloads some parts of the file and uploads other parts for other peers. Now all these computers involved together are called a swarm. And it's quite obvious that popular files takes us time as there are gonna be more computers involved. So now we have the basic difference between downloading and torrenting. Downloading is done through the browser and torrenting via torrent client. Downloading is from a single source or an original server. Torrenting, on the other hand, are done through peer-to-peer network. Although it is wrong, we do have some benefits of illegal downloading. Firstly, it is socially acceptable, especially in younger generations. Secondly, downloading almost anything for low rates or even for free. Thirdly, we can get high quality material for no cost. If there are pros, then there are going to be cons too. So there are chances of virus being transmitted while downloading, and it is not safe as we can be even jailed for it. Also, the music industry loses millions and millions, and it hurts the artists and the economy. Now we have the facts. Fact number 1. Did you know that the entire series of the Game of Thrones was available on torrent even before it got released? 95% of the music downloaded is illegal, and pretty much we all have done. Last fact. These are the top 10 countries in online piracy, that is illegal downloading. We have the China leading the list, and India is in the 5th place. So that's about it. Concluding, you wouldn't steal a car, you wouldn't steal a handbag, you wouldn't steal a television, you wouldn't steal a movie, right? Downloading pirated movies is stealing, and stealing is against the law. Piracy, it's a crime.
Oh, that was a great piece of information, Miss Saujanya. Now, we are all going to witness something more fun and creative. Please welcome Miss Pavitra with her informative PowerPoint.
Hello all, I am Pavitra from class 70. Today I am going to present a PowerPoint presentation on the topic cyber security. In our day-to-day life, we are coming across so many instances of hackers stealing information from banks, financial organizations, etc. The issue of securing our online data is of great importance now more than ever before. In this presentation, we will be looking at the aspects of cybersecurity and the ways in which we can prevent cyber attacks. What is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is the protection of internet-connected systems such as hardware, software, and data from cyber threats. It is also known as information technology security or electronic information security. Cybersecurity secures the computers, servers, networks, mobile devices, and data stored from attackers. Importance of cybersecurity. Sensitive data will be transmitted across networks and other devices in the course of doing businesses, and cybersecurity ensures the protection of information and the system to process or store it. For example, couple of years back in Bangladesh, we heard the news about hackers who tried to transfer funds from a bank through SWIFT platform but could not succeed. So cybersecurity is very important. Cyber attacks can be of many types, and now we are going to look at the few major types of cyber attacks. First, Trojan. Everyone knows that the Trojan is the most common type of cyber threat. It occurs when we enter a trusted website, which in reality could be a Trojan where we risk losing our information. Second, spyware and adware. Spyware and adware pops up as advertisements which redirect the search results. When we are reading an online newspaper or when you are watching a program online, the users will not have an idea that it's collecting data without their permission. Third, phishing. Fraudulent practice of email communication from trusted organization which seeks personal data, bank PIN, password and credit card details. As per a report, 96% of phishing attacks are by emails, 3% by websites and 1% by phones. Now we are going to look at a few main types of cyber security. First, application security. Application security is one of the several must-have security measures to protect our systems from threat. For example, during the development stage of apps, the application security makes the app very secure by finding, fixing, and enhancing the security features of the app. The types of application securities are antivirus program, firewalls, and encryption programs. These help the companies to protect sensitive data through specific application security processes attached to these data sets. Second, network security. Network security ensures that internal networks are secure by protecting the infrastructure and inhibiting access to it. The ways in which the network security can be implemented are by extra logins, putting new passwords, installing firewalls, antivirus software, anti-spyware software, etc. Third, cloud security. Cloud security is a software tool which monitors and protects the data in cloud resources. In this slide, we will be looking at the ways in which we can prevent cyber attacks. The first and foremost is to train the staff. It is necessary to create awareness among the staff about the cyber threats to prevent the loss of data and money. Secondly, the software and system should be kept updated. The third way is by ensuring endpoint protection, that is, securing endpoint or end-user devices like laptops and mobiles from attacks. Next is by installing a firewall. Back up your data or information. Controlling the access to your systems. Maintaining physical security of your computers and networks. Securing Wi-Fi, that is, make sure the Wi-Fi is secure and hidden. Use individual accounts for employees. Every employee needs to create their own login for each application or program. Lastly, by regularly changing your passwords. Passwords should be changed at regular intervals. Hope you all liked my presentation. Thank you all and have a nice day.
That was a cute voice and informative video. Now the next program is coming from Miles and Miles Away by Dr. Rajiv R. Raj. The program headed International Center for Free and Open Source Software, former Assistant Professor and HOD of Computer Science Department, Mar Ivanios College, Thiruvananthapuram. He has many laurels up his sleeve to mention, but he is still a student by heart and soul. Please welcome Dr. Rajiv R. Raj.
Members of school management committee, principal sir, teachers, and students of Indian school Salalah. It's great to be part of this event of International Computer Security Day. I express my sincere gratitude to Indian school Salalah for inviting me to deliver this lecture. It's the most frequently asked question nowadays when we are online, all the while in this pandemic times. Is the virtual world safe? Before finding a solution to this, let us see what is virtual world. Virtual means it's not real. You can say virtual world is a computer simulation environment which is designed by individuals so that they can interact with each other or others. Today, we are going to see what are the cyber threats around us, the steps to avoid all of them. Everybody needs a friend, whether it is real world or virtual world. Who is your best friend in this world? Some of you may say, it's your father, mother, sister, brother or classmate. Who is your best friend in this virtual world? Most of the persons having a lot of social media sites, but if we ask a student around, he or she will say Google. Let me show into Google account, then what exactly happened inside the Google server. Now I am logging to my Gmail and see how Google grabs all the information from you. I will explain by clicking the Google timeline from Google Maps. This is my timeline. Google keeps an account of everything I did 4 or 5 years before. Can you see the December month around 5 years back? More precisely, Google is tracking as completely. It's recorded by Google. What exactly I did with the internet, everything is recorded by Google. Another question in front of us, is the virtual world is safe or not? I'm sure you are feeling a bit worried now. If this is the case, then all our information is being saved in Google or social media network. Some of the other examples where security is hampered are when you get related ads of these items, we search for, that means it's proved that all our search and other activities of internet is being observed and recorded. Some of the latest cyber threats you can see here. Big Basket faces the potential data breach details of 2 crore users put on silent dark web. What is dark web? Dark web is one of the notorious places in the virtual world. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology told the Parliament on last session that Indian citizens, commercially and legal entities faced almost 7 lakh cyber attacks till August of this year. What happens when you connect to the internet? Here, I am going to show to you how the gadget is connected to the internet service provider. And internet service provider is further connected to the cloud or internet, and the internet consisting of the various servers, and we can see how some numbers here in particular format. Such number is a prime identification number of that device. It is unique. And now this person watching your activities in the internet. Isn't it scary? Now let's see what exactly happened in cyber world. A lot of crimes are surfacing through internet. Criminals involved in organized crime and now using the cyberspace to continue many of their criminal activities. Then what is spamming? We can detect spamming when we type a website and we get linked to some body website or hijacking a company's domain, etc. Now here we have the cybercrime against organizations. There are the two types of such crimes. The first kind includes some cyber threats posed to organizations. Hacking is one of them. What is hacking? It's an unauthorized access of the system of the organization or a person. We can classify the hacking in three types. The sum of the professional who carry out specific category of hacking is called white hat hackers or sneakers. The other category of in same topic is black hat hackers or crackers. These professionals are more dangerous and have malicious intent. Grey hat hackers. It's illegal, but not malicious intent. The second kind of cybercrime against organizations, one is hacktivism. Hacking to make political statement. Data breach. Sensitive data is stolen or viewed by someone not authorized. Third one is cyber terrorism. It's too dangerous. Now I am here with a solution. Now my explanation will be about how to secure a system or gadget in which you are working. Till now, we have heard about what are the various kinds of cyber threats and which are way it affect us. Now, we are going to see the shield against the cyber attacks. The solution to cyber attacks, we are going to see. Now in that, one of the related topics in broad topic is drive-by downloads. This is an unintentional download of some malicious content without user's knowledge. We should avoid such things and do downloads only from trusted sources. Another one is firewall. We should take up firewalls and protect our systems. It's a hardware device that blocks access to your network, software that blocks access to an individual machine. The second kind includes the antivirus program. It protects against virus, trojans, worms, spyware. And also the Windows 10 provides Windows Defender. It's an anti-spyware program that performs with both real-time protection and system scanning. Anti-spyware program prevents adware and spyware from installing. Of the security suites are also available. It contains packages of security software and combination of features. Now the hardware which are responsible for shielding us from cyber threats. Here we will see some hardware which shields our system against the cyber attacks. First one is the routers. Connect two or more networks together, and home routers act like a firewall. Next one is network address translation. It's a NAT. It's having the security feature of a router, shields device on private network from the public network. Now the second type of hardware are SSID and wireless encryption. What is SSID? It's a service set identifier. It's a wireless network name. And another one is wireless encryption. Adds security by encrypting transmitted data. And also Wi-Fi protected setup, WPS. This is another option. Everything starts from the roots. So here I say the protection also starts from the operating system. Now, operating system is the most important piece of security software. So, what we can do is keep it patched up and up to date. There is no updates available with the pirated software. Either use licensed one or free and open source software. It's good for protecting our system. All I can say is we have to keep ourselves ready to fight against this threat, which is not affected one or two, but across the globe. All are trying to get rid of these attacks. So I conclude saying, be alert to be safe from the cyber attacks and also from the corona. Thank you.
Thank you, Rajiv sir. We enjoyed your virtual yet informative presence here. Now let's connect to some creative outcomes through some selected posters made on the topic cyber security by our class 5 and 6 students.
Those were some vibrant posters by class 5 and 6 students. Well done. Now we have Mr. Sanathan of class 12 telling us about accessing IP address, risk of exposing our IP address and how to protect it.
Good morning everyone, my name is Sanathan and today I'll be talking all about IP addresses. I'll be telling you what an IP address is, who has your IP address, what can be done with your IP address. I'll also be teaching you how to get someone's IP address. You can actually try this out in your friends. And lastly, I'll be telling you how to cover and protect your IP address. Now, what is an IP address? IP address stands for Internet Protocol Address. Every device that is connected to a network, server, or the internet has its own unique IP address. This unique IP address is used to differentiate the device amongst the millions of other devices. For example, if you're browsing something on Google, what happens is your device, the IP address of your device is connected to the IP address of Google. And whatever you're looking for, Google sends the same information back to your IP address. Now, who has your IP address? Each and every website that you visit has your IP address. And also each and every app on your phone has access to your IP address. Now, it's nothing to worry about that these apps and websites have your IP address because it's an essential part of using the internet. But when this IP address goes to the wrong hands, potentially a lot can be done with your IP address. For example, if someone has your IP address, they can track your location accurately to a certain degree. They can also get access to your cookies and know a lot of details and choices about you. And the worst thing that can be done is someone can replicate your IP address and impersonate you. So if they do something illegal online, you can be framed for that. Now let me demonstrate something that was done to get hold of a lot of people's IP addresses. There is this message being circulated called WhatsApp Gold, and there are several messages like this which keeps getting circulated on WhatsApp. So it looks quite suspicious, but many people actually fall prey for this. So when you click on this link, you are redirected to some website and it actually shows WhatsApp Gold. And when you click on this link, they get your IP address, they get access to your cookies, location, and they can potentially inject a virus into your device. So it's always suggested not to click any links like this. Now let me show you how to get someone's IP address. So I'll be using this website called grabify.link. So what you have to do is you have to enter any URL here. So here I'll be using our Indian School Salalah YouTube website link. So I'll copy this link, and if I paste it here, I'll land on a page something like this. So I'll be given a different, the link which I enter, it will be masked with another name. So it will look something like this. And if I copy this link and send it to my friend, when he clicks this link, he'll be immediately redirected to the YouTube page. So even for a second, he wouldn't doubt this is a misleading link, except for the name. So if he clicks on the link, I've already sent this to my friend and he has clicked on the link. And after he clicks on the link, I can get all his details. I can get the time that he clicked it on. He clicked it on 20th of November, 1:04 p.m. His location Salalah, which internet agent he could have used, his host name and his ISP. I can even get more info. So if I copy his IP address and I paste it in this website, iplocation.net, I can get his location coordinates which are accurate to a certain degree. Even his ISP is shown here. So this is something you can actually try on your friends, but to a large extent this is not much of harm to anyone, because unless you have a lot of access to servers or you have a lot of skill in hacking, there is no harm to the person whose IP address have gotten, because almost every service that you use in the internet has your IP address. Now, but it's always ideal not to show you or expose your IP address, because there is a lot of potential harm that can be done to you. So to cover your IP address, the first best thing you can do is not click on the suspicious websites that you see, because unless you visit any suspicious websites, your IP address won't be exposed. The next best thing you can do is, in case if you see a link which looks suspicious but you really need to click the link, what you can do is you can use a VPN. Now when it comes to VPN, what it does is it masks your IP address and it shows that your location is something else. For example, if I had sent this link to my friend who was using a VPN, and if he turned on this location in the VPN as Canada, now this would show his location as Canada and even misdirect me his IP address and host name. So I couldn't accurately get a lot of details of him if I had done that. So it's always suggested to use a VPN. Now when it comes to VPN, you need to be very cautious with this, because every packet of internet goes through the VPN. So each and every activity you do on the internet, the VPN knows what you do. What this means is when your VPN is on, the VPN gets access to each and everything you do on the internet on your device. For example, each and every website you visit for how long you stay on that website, whom you message, what you see on Facebook, Instagram, whom you message on those apps, and even the YouTube videos that you see. The only thing they can't do is read your WhatsApp messages because WhatsApp is encrypted. So this is a huge threat to your privacy, and free VPNs can potentially sell this data to advertisers in exchange of a lot of money, and there are cases where VPNs have actually done this. So let me tell you this: when it comes to free VPN, using no VPN is better than using a free VPN. And this is also a quote that I found really interesting: if you're not paying for it, you're not the customer, you're the product being sold. Let me repeat that again: if you're not paying for it, you're not the customer, you're the product being sold. With this, I would like to conclude my session and tell you to stay safe, not just from the coronavirus, but also computer viruses. Thank you.
Thanks, Sanatan, for this useful presentation. Computer security being a fragile and important topic nowadays when we all are using the internet round the clock. To know more about this, we have Mr. Adil from class 12th here. Over to you, Adil.
So, good morning everyone present in the virtual meeting. My name is Adil Zaherkhan from class 12A. So, the topic on which I'm going to present is based on hacking Android, and hence the name compromising Android device using hidden payload. Before we start this video is purely for demonstration purpose, and please bear in mind this video is little informal. So, let's get started with the video. So, I'll be using a framework to hack the device. Basically, the framework is a very powerful tool which can be used by cyber criminals as well as ethical hackers to probe systematic vulnerabilities on networks and servers.
So now we will be creating a payload and save it as an APK file. Now there's a special function in this framework for creating that payload. So this function, basically what it does is it makes a payload to penetrate the Android device. So now once the target downloads and installs the malicious APK, then an attacker can easily get back a session. An attacker needs to do some kind of social engineering stuff to install APK on the victim's mobile device. You can't just install an APK directly on the mobile device. You just have to do some kind of social engineering, and that part is up to an hacker's capacity to persuade the victim to install the APK. It's like this social engineering part is a little bit tricky, and you need a live person to do it, and that's all. Now here, as I'm doing it for demonstration purpose, now what I'm doing is using an Android emulator as a victim's device. After a few minutes you will come to know about that. Now let's assume that we successfully uploaded the payload after doing various social engineering stuff on the victim's device. So now this is the Android emulator I was saying about earlier. Now we have to install the APK on this device. So it'll take a bit time to install it. Now after that, what I'll be doing is after installing the payload in the victim's device, we need to set up a listener. Now in brief, a listener is the component that waits for an incoming connection from an exploited device. You must set up a listener if you intend to establish a connection between a framework server and the exploited device. For example, I'll give an example. If you have delivered a payload to a victim's device, you will be needing to set up a listener to wait for a connection from it. Now, when the victim connects to the listener, a session opens on their machine. Now, as I was saying before, session, this is what happens. Now it will enable you to interact with it to do things like collect evidence from the system, completely compromise the system. So now we have successfully set up a listener, and that part is a little bit long, so I have skipped it. Now from here, let's check whether the device is rooted, and as you can see, it's rooted. Now we can get easy access, and you can see the victim's device is running Android 8.1 Oreo and other details. Now let's access the compromised system. Now let's find the device's geolocation. And it's not working. I don't know. Okay, no issues. So now okay, let's access the web camera and take a snap. And okay, fine. So I think so. Basically, what I'm using is Android 8.1, and I should definitely appreciate the security on this build. So it's not working. No worries. Let us. No, we will try a different exploit. So okay, guys, Android 8.1 security is pretty strong. So as promised, I am going to compromise the device again. Okay, now I'm trying this on my old phone, which you will see right now. I'm using the same steps and I have skipped those parts as it's already shown. Now let's continue. So okay guys, we have successful session right now. So now we shall check for root. Okay, no root access, no issues. Still we can do tons of stuff. Okay, like sysinfo. As you can see, it's running Android 7 Nougat, not Oreo. Okay, now I just want to find the IP. You can do that stuff too. Okay guys, I can do various stuff like taking photos, dumping all SMS like now I'm showing. Okay, SMS fetched 4281 SMS, great. Okay, now let's dump the contacts. Okay, it's taking time. Okay, fine, it's not working. I think because of too many informations now. Okay, let's try taking a webcam snap. Webcam snap. Okay, we have got a successful frame right now. And this is the webcam snap over here. Let me close it. Okay, let me take another snap, proper snap. Okay, now you can see over here it's little low resolution, but okay, it's manageable. Okay, fine. Now let me list all the webcams available on my phone. Webcam list. You have got a back camera and front camera. Okay, let me snap a front camera photo. Okay, it's snapping right now. Okay, fine. Okay, I got this beautiful ceiling over there. Perfect. Okay, we can close it. Show you. This is just a very basic stuff. And yeah, everyone, this video is purely for educational purpose. No, and I would like to give a warning. Hacking others is illegal in Oman. If caught, you will be sentenced in jail. And I would like to end my presentation right now. Okay guys, thanks a lot for watching. So guys, signing off, Adil Zahir Khan from class 12A.
Thank you, Adil, for your great presentation. Someone has rightly said that we always have a choice and it's always good to choose the better one. We have Jaswin and Savio of class 10 explaining us Why and how is Linux operating system superior?
Linux, a marvel of programming, a presentation by the students of Indian school Salalah. This presentation has 4 sections. Why switch over to Linux? How do you actually run Linux? Distributions and alternatives in Linux, and some common trivia on Linux. Let's start. So why should we switch over to Linux? Linux is free, it's customizable, it works well on most devices, it is very secure, and it teaches you to code. Linux powers a lot of the technology we see and use today. Here are some statistics. As you can see, Linux is very popular among the developer community. There are 3 common ways to use a Linux distribution: by dual booting, live booting, and by using virtual machines. Let's take a look. Installing an operating system directly onto your disk drive along with another OS is dual booting. Installing an OS onto removable media such as a pen drive or a CD is live booting. You can also use virtual machines to run OS files on top of your current OS. Virtual machines are like a layer that help you run different operating systems on your computer. It runs the OS files without you having to enter the boot menu manually. VMware and VirtualBox are the 2 commonly and widely used virtual machine softwares. Here are some common distributions in Linux. Ubuntu is one of the most popular flavors of Linux, and it is strongly recommended for Linux newbies as it is extremely accessible. New versions of Ubuntu are released every 6 months, and every other year the developer Canonical releases an LTS version. These guarantee 5 years of security and general maintenance updates. Elementary OS is probably the best looking distribution of Linux. Its style is a tribute to Apple's Mac OS. The latest version of Elementary is Hera, with Odin soon on its way. It is based on the Ubuntu LTS and ships with the Pantheon desktop environment. It was first released in the March of 2011. Arch Linux is for more intermediate users who would like to have total control over their system. Arch is heavily based around the terminal and on being light. It is a particularly good choice for developers and users with older machines who don't want unnecessary packages taking up space. Linux Mint. For those switching off from Windows, Linux Mint is often the go-to distribution. It comes pre-installed with a lot of software and alternatives to Windows programs such as LibreOffice. A lot of video and audio drivers are also installed out of the box. Linux and cybersecurity. Linux is widely known for its tough-to-crack security. It is immensely hard to hack into a Linux machine from the outside. Linux is also a very essential tool for cybersecurity engineers and hackers. Distributions like Parrot OS and Kali Linux come jam-packed with essential features, frameworks, and protection. Here are some alternatives to common Windows applications in Linux: Microsoft Office, Notepad, Chrome, Photoshop, and the Windows Media Player. Microsoft Paint, uTorrent, Adobe Acrobat, Microsoft Mail, and the Windows Snip. About Linus Torvalds. Linus Torvalds is a Finnish computer programmer and is the man behind the Linux kernel. He started working on Linux in 1991 as a side project. He based it off the Unix operating system. He is an important figure in the FOSS movement and has been dubbed the benevolent dictator of Linux. He is still the project leader. His side project has turned out to be one of the world's most adopted software today. He has been accredited several times for his work and has also worked on the popular source control system Git. The mascot of the Linux project is Tux, the penguin. It was originally submitted as an entry to a Linux logo competition. Tux is used in several different places and in various styles. It was created by Larry Ewing on GIMP and was named by James Hughes.
That was a great presentation. Thank you, Jasmine and Savio. Coming up are the names of IT quiz winners of 2 categories. Category A, class 11th and 12th, and then Category B, class 8 to 10. Congratulations to all the winners.
I remember my best television days or my best computer days. But I can very well recall what was the best time I spent with my family. Traveling with them, talking with them, celebrating with them. We should trade some of our screen time with the family time or in any other productive ways. Miss Anita Rose, the senior teacher in the Department of Computer Science, is here with us to talk about taking time out from the screen time. Welcome, ma'am.
Time out. Children, do you all know why we need screen timeouts? The whole day, you are glued to your screen for various reasons, be it in the name of online sessions or playing some games, telling your parents that you are working on some assignment. You are watching the screen for the whole day. Let us see why we need screen timeouts. Let us see why we need screen timeout. Think yourself playing a game for a long period of time in your device. Definitely, you could have felt the dryness in your eyes. Probably you could have suffered with a headache also. This is the reason that we need to take screen timeout. What is the benefit? If you take screen timeout, it will decrease your eye strain. It will increase the productivity and efficiency of your work. Let me tell you what you all are doing right now. After every session, you just check for the WhatsApp messages. You just try to post your stories in Instagram, or you might be continuing to play your games. This is not the right way to take the break. What can be done to have an effective screen timeout? Just walk into the kitchen. Offer some help to your mother. Turn around. Look for your young siblings and just help them out in their projects. Walk inside your home. Do some planning for you. Check out what are the new things that you have to learn. Check for new books that you can read. In this way, you can spend your screen timeout. Let me tell you what are all the benefits of taking the screen timeout. Continuously, if we do some work, we may feel bored. But when you take a break, you will be away from the boredom. It will help you to retain the information that you have gathered in your previous session. It will help you to re-evaluate your goals. Definitely, your screen timeout will reduce your stress. Time for you to set it right. Set your screen time out properly. It is not only for you, it is for everyone in your family, because health is very important than anything. You can just decide what is the time limit each one of you should have in front of the screen. Remember, whenever the teacher is giving you a break after a session, it is for you to take a break from the screen. It is not for you to get glued to the screen again. Take care of your health, children. Thank you all.
Thank you, Anita ma'am, for your quality talk. What is better? To have a leader who is the source to connect, inspire, and support tremendously. And so we consider this as a privilege to have the next presentation by HOD Computer Science, Shivit Lal sir, on the topic related to cyber security. real eye-opener. Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Thanks is a very small word, yet incredible. On behalf of Computer Science Department and HOD Computer Science, Shivit Lal sir, putting much needed effort by the teachers, Anita ma'am, Nandakumar sir, Javed sir and Purnima ma'am into the smooth functioning of this program. We thank His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq Al Said. Thanks to the President of School Management, other esteemed School Management Committee members, Principal Sir, Assistant Vice Principal Ma'am, in charges and HODs, teachers and students of our school. Also thank the participants of this program and most importantly thank you all for being a part of this journey and making us feel grateful. Thank you is the least we can say to show the appreciation for being a delightful audience. Stay home and be safe. Goodbye everyone.